Business owners, are you protected from the 5 Ds? The 5 Ds are death, disability, disagreement, divorce, and disruption. At any given point of our lives, any given day, those 5 Ds have the potential to either completely destroy, put a ceiling on, or make us start over on our wealth journey. Too many business owners oftentimes view protection opposite of wealth accumulation. They view their wealth accumulation path like this, but they view protection going this direction. It's in the opposite direction and it feels counterintuitive. So a lot of business owners will say, I don't want to do that because I think that I'm going to be okay and I'm okay accumulating this wealth without any protection. But that mindset is risky because at any given point, those 5 Ds from that person will likely destroy their wealth. It'll make it so that if they wanted generational wealth or legacy planning, it's gone. It'll make it so that there's a ceiling or a cap on this is how much you can go because you can't earn any more income or your business is gone or whatever the reason. If you're not protecting from the 5 Ds and you're just ignoring them and hoping they won't happen to you, you are exposing yourself to a tremendous amount of risk. So the mindset shift that you need to go through is instead of thinking of wealth accumulation and protection going in opposite directions, view them instead as being parallel together, that they move in conjunction with one another, that one decision doesn't disrupt the other. And the reasoning to view them that way is that it helps us reach our maximum wealth potential with the highest level of probability. So maybe we only reach 95% of our wealth potential, but we have a 90, 95, 100% chance of reaching that. Now, as a business owner, there are two sides to this coin. There's the personal finance side that the 5 Ds can affect, and there's also the business wealth side of the coin that the 5 Ds can affect. And so if you're not protecting for both the personal and the business, it's likely that you've left yourself exposed to unnecessary risk. Now, how do we go about actually protecting ourselves, both on the business side and the personal side, from the 5 Ds? At Big Life Financial, we believe the solution to protecting yourself from the 5 Ds is a term that we call exit ready. Now, many business owners are going to hear that term exit ready and think, well, I'm 35. My business still has 15, 20, 30 years left. I don't need to think about being exit ready now, way in the future. But that mindset is incorrect because being exit ready doesn't mean that we're ready or going to sell. It just means that at any given point, if we needed to or we had the ability to, we could exit our business when we wanted to, at the price we wanted to, in the time manner that we wanted to, on our terms. The vast majority of business owners can't say that because if you're 40 and one of the 5 Ds affects your life and you're not exit ready, you have essentially lost the ability of the business side of the coin to assist in any further wealth creation. It's gone. 80% of businesses never sell. And I believe that one of the reasons for that is the vast majority of businesses aren't exit ready because 50% of the business sales that actually do happen are involuntary. You're not getting your price, you're not getting your terms, and it's not happening on your schedule. If you want to sell, it has to happen on their terms. They tell you what price they're going to take. They tell you how the terms are going to be structured, and they tell you the time frame it's going to happen. So you've lost the ability for your business to assist you on your wealth potential. Conversely, if I'm 40 and one of the 5 Ds affects my life and I'm exit ready, I get to control the price, the terms, the time frame. It's a completely different story being exit ready. So we believe that being exit ready is the solution to protecting yourself from the 5 Ds. Now, what does being exit ready look like? Number one, being exit ready means you know where you're going. You know the goal that you're shooting for. What is the amount of money that you need in the future? What's your dream number for financial independence? What's your impact number? Oftentimes we find that business owners undershoot this, or they underestimate their potential. because they oftentimes neglect the business side of the coin. They're viewing personal finance and their wealth accumulation from this side, which is fabulous and essential and should be a part of what you're doing. But if you neglect the business side, you often don't realize your maximum potential. So when we're going through this exercise of knowing where we're going, we need to start viewing ourselves as both a personal finance and a business finance wealth potential. Don't neglect the business, because the business has the potential to take you to bigger heights than you are currently viewing yourself in. Once we know where we're going, we can work backwards, step by step, systematically to help us reach that point. The second step of the exit ready process is to know where you are currently. Where is your wealth right now? How many assets do you have? Are those assets cash flowable? Are they all private market? Are they all public market? Do you have anything? Know where you are so that you can know how to get to where you're going. Do an assessment. What's the gap? I want to get to here. My current assets are here. There's a huge gap here that I have to make up. Now we can work back from here to ensure that we're going to get there. Step one is to know where you're going. Step two is to know where you are. Knowing where you are also includes, what is the value of my business? What is it worth today? Is it even valuable at all? Would someone buy it from me? Knowing that is essential to knowing how we can get there. Because again, we have to do the personal finance and the business finance together, and you have to know the value of your business. The third step of exit ready is shifting from just being a business owner, which is a great thing, to being a business owner that's an investor in the business. When you're an investor in the business, it does quite a different things. Number one, the best investors in the world are in the private equity space. I know that oftentimes people think of private equity in bad terms, because private equity makes decisions that cut costs, cuts corners, lays off people, and often has a bad rap. But if you instead think like a private equity investor in your own business, it can transform your business with potential. It doesn't mean that you treat your employees crappy or you cut corners, but it means that you're looking to inject value into the business and you're understanding the mechanics behind, how do I increase the valuation of my business? What are the things that I need to do to ensure that my business increases value versus just stays on a steady, consistent path? That shift can help you, number one, get out of the business. Oftentimes, I find business owners are integrated into the daily components of the business, which means that if they are taken out of it, the business is going to die. But if you're an investor in the business, you are out of it and the business is functioning without you. So that shift from business owner to investor in the business is an essential one to becoming exit ready. The fourth thing to be exit ready is you have your structures in place. So you have the business entities structurally sound. You have the contracts structurally sound. You have your life insurance structurally sound, both individually and key man. You have disability insurance structurally sound. You have wills and trust structurally sound, and everything is communicating together so that if one thing happens, everything is legally already in place to protect it from destroying you. The fifth component of being exit ready is we start viewing our business on 90-day cycles. So we're in this constant assessment mode of, where am I at? Where have I gone? What's worked? What hasn't worked? What was my valuation 90 days ago? And what is it today? We're moving in 90-day cycles so that if any of those 5 Ds affect us, we're able to jump and move and be malleable around those 5 Ds. Those are the 5 reasons why being exit ready is the protection piece that you need to implement into your business, so that if any of the 5 Ds affect you, your wealth isn't destroyed. In fact, it probably still flourishes and reaches its maximum potential. Now let's move into, how do we individually protect ourselves from each of those 5 Ds? So let's start with death. How do we protect ourselves from death? Now, if we're dead, if we passed away, how do we protect our wealth from just disappearing? Our family, our beneficiaries, how do we protect it so that they actually get it and it goes in the manner to them when we want it to, how we want it to, and in the way that we want it to get it to them? So, number one, death. The ways you protect yourself is you're exit ready, so that if you pass away because you're outside the business, you're an investor in the business will continue functioning without you, and then that sale can be executed by your heirs or by your business partners that will help get it done, but it's going to retain its value because you're actually not in the business. It functions on its own. Number two, you have life insurance placed, both personally and as a business. So you have key man insurance policies in place so that if you pass, death benefits are going to go to your business partners to continue to help run the company without you being there. On the individual side, it helps flourish all of your wealth potential that you would have had. Far too many people view life insurance as how much debt do I have? What are the costs of everything of living? And that's what they cover. But instead, you should shift your mindset from covering the minimum of just what are the debts and liabilities that I have to how do I cover my human life value, my earning potential over my life? Because you don't insure your car for just the mechanical pieces inside. You insure it for its full value. When you're buying life insurance, you should also be buying it for your full value. What is your earning potential? How much income are you going to earn? What is your business worth? And that is the potential you should be insuring yourself for. The best mechanics to do that, to ensure that it happens with actual guarantees, is whole life insurance. And then if whole life insurance is too expensive to fully do that, then you'd buy a term policy to help you get the maximum human life potential. But that ensures that your family doesn't miss out on what you could have earned if you had not passed away at that point. The third thing that you help protect against death is you have wills and trusts in place. The wills and trusts ensure that all of your assets will flow into those trusts, that your family and your trustees are in charge of what happens to your assets when you pass, so that the state doesn't control what happens. Those three things are how you ensure or protect against death. You're exit ready. You have life insurance, specifically whole life insurance with term to make up the difference to get to human life value. And then you have wills and trusts that ensure that your family controls what happens to your assets, not the state. How do you protect yourself against disability? Number one, you get disability insurance. Now, disability insurance is not like life insurance. Life insurance, specifically whole life insurance, has cash value accumulation. So when I'm putting dollars in, it's not an expense. I have access to that cash. It's not an expense. Disability insurance is not that way. Disability insurance is a true expense, but what disability insurance does is it protects you on the personal side because it'll pay 60% of your income. The way that you protect yourself on the business side is that you're exit ready. By being exit ready, again, you're an investor in the business, so the day-to-day functions of the business work without you and are profitable without you being there. And so being exit ready is how you protect yourself on the business side of the coin. Having disability insurance is how you protect yourself on the personal side. The third way that you can protect yourself from disability is by having waiver of premium riders on your life insurance. So what waiver of premium does is that if you get disabled, the life insurance company will pay your life insurance premium for you, which means that your life insurance will still be in force, which means that it hasn't negatively affected the death side either. So it ensures that you're protecting the death and the disability simultaneously. The third D is divorce. How do we protect against divorce? Divorce can happen from on the personal side, like a marriage, and it can happen on the business side because you can have a business divorce. Both of them can be as detrimental. Let me tell a story. Jane and Jeff were married. They were business partners. They had created a $1 million plus business together. Their marriage deteriorated. They ended up divorcing. Because their marriage deteriorated and they divorced on the marital personal side, they also chose to divorce on the business side. But because they weren't exit ready, they didn't know their value. They didn't have any plans in place. There was no pre-planning or structural conversations. The business dissolved away. There was no value gleaned from it at all. Both were left having to completely start over. They now both have individual businesses. but they're going through a growth phase they're not even close to where they were before when they were together. So the divorce D in this situation didn't destroy their wealth, but it made them start over because they had to do a settlement on the divorce on the marital side, which caused some splitting of assets. The business lost all value, didn't get anything for it, and both of them had to start new businesses 10 years into their careers. Being exit ready could have prevented that. Didn't prevent the divorce, but it could have prevented the business from going away and disappearing without any value gleaned from it. The second way you can protect yourself from divorce is by having private contract assets like life insurance. I know we keep going to life insurance in this specific video, but life insurance in most states allows you as an individual not have to split your assets. You actually get to keep those for yourself. The fourth D is disagreement. How do you protect yourself from a disagreement? Now, disagreements can come in all shapes and sizes. A disagreement could be a lawsuit. Someone disagreed with the way you treat them, the way you service them, and they sue you. The way that you protect yourself from lawsuits is that you have proper entity structuring. That's why being exit ready, again, is so essential, because you built a team that is helping you construct a system that protects your assets, because your trust planning is your business planning, and your tax planning is your investing planning, and everything is interconnected. So being structurally sound through the exit ready process helps you protect yourself from disagreement. D is disruption. Now, disruption is usually market disruption, meaning your industry is about to be disrupted. So is what's happening right now in the digital marketing space is AI has come in as a force. I don't know where it's going to land, but AI is a disruptor potentially there. And AI has the potential to disrupt many industries where AI could be replacing or could really bring down values of businesses because they aren't ready. So the way that you protect yourself from disruption is you become exit ready. Because if you're exit ready, remember, you're an investor in your business. And if you're an investor in the business, you're not just focused on your business, you're focused on the landscape ahead. You're looking at other businesses. How are they doing? What's the market projections for the next 2, 5, 10 years for our individual industry? Are there things on the horizon that I can see and anticipate that will be a disruption that I can execute a sell in the next 90 days, next 180 days, and be out in front of that so that I don't get disrupted, but I still get to maintain the value of my business? So being exit ready brings all the control back to you as the business owner. And it really helps you reach your maximum potential. But ironically, by being exit ready, you're also going to earn more money. Being exit ready means that your tax team is in place and you're keeping more money. And it also gives you the permission to spend more money because you're earning more money, you're keeping more money, you're protecting more money, and everything is working in harmony so that you're reaching your maximum potential at the highest probability of success. Business owners, at any given point, you have a threat, a risk called the 5 Ds: death, divorce, disability, disagreement, disruption that could destroy your wealth. The solution to protect yourself from that: exit ready. Choose to be exit ready, and you'll protect yourself from the negative effects of any of those 5 Ds so that you maintain your value. I'm Justin Maxwell. Until next time.